அன்று விதைத்தது இன்று முளைத்தது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஆதிஸ் என்டர்டைன்மெண்ட் டேக்ஸ் greatest gratitude of giving what we have received. The event initially when I started, that was my first event, and the program அந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில 8 மாசம் she was carrying and she performed Bharatanatyam on stage, and that is a biggest inspiration for all the women. And here today to surprise or to give my thanks, I would request the founder, Mr. Adit, to come on stage.
This was a surprise for me. Thank you so much, Manishana. So, thank you, Jaya Maheshana. Actually, I've heard of her right from my 20s. I'm sure at least for the last 10-15 years, she's a very famous celebrity. And in Coimbatore, you know, everybody has to like, Jaya Maheshana, class polama, avanga bayangama punja edupangala nama vandu konjam, you know, once you get into motherhood and everything, konjam gundaagadhukku chance irukku, ippove poi avanga classes la sendalam. So I've known her as, you know, that personality for so many years, and it's such an honor that I got to meet her through Manish. And I was actually worried, ayyo avangala maadhiri or celebrity varangale nama vandu konjam bayama irukku, but she never made me feel that way. Right from the time she entered, she's made me feel like, you know, just we are friends, mother, and we had so much fun. And I really can't believe she's 53. I mean, there's so much. She's the inspiration of the century, I believe. Such an inspiration for all moms out there. And the way she spoke about self-love is so true. Nama vandu, you know, once you start loving yourself only, you can, you know, love the children and give your love to others. So that was a major takeaway from me, from Jaya Maheshana. And all the speakers that spoke today, from the teachers, I heard so many points that there's nothing left for me to speak. But I would just say 2 points which I, you know, experienced in my personal life, so I wanted to share that. One thing is, ma'am, you want to please? Thank you. So one thing is, nama vandu usually we, you know, believe that, you know, whatever others are doing, you know, you try to do that. Nama, to do something different, it takes a lot of courage. So I want to share 2 experiences which I did differently in my life. And one is, I naturally birthed my second child, which is I didn't go to a hospital. So I, you know, the 8 months, 9 months was never to a hospital, just for the scan, of course. But there is a place in Cochin called Birth Village where they do this natural birthing. You have absolutely no interventions. There are no doctors. But right now, they are affiliated with the hospital. But otherwise, they are trained midwives who are take up low risk pregnancy cases. And உங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த காலத்துல பண்ணாங்க இல்லையா, நம்ம பாட்டி தாத்தா அப்படின்னு சொல்ல பாட்டி, not even our mothers, they've also been to hospitals. But அந்த மாதிரி வந்து you get to, you know, have that and the comfort, and, you know, to walk around when you're in your labor, and you know, you can birth in any position you want, and not in the hospital where, you know, you're surrounded by unknown people and everything. It's like you're surrounded by family and only your, you know, it's like a home. So on the madri I had a lovely experience. So most of the people, they don't even know that such you know, things exist. So I wanted to tell those who are, you know, pregnant or planning to have child, please think about this natural birthing. Now there are so many other hospitals which have come up in Coimbatore, in India, which is like they have affiliated with the hospital. So in case of any risks happening, they can also, you know, get it done in a hospital. But otherwise, you have a completely natural birth. And I tell you, it's such a bliss to, you know, without having any of the interventions and the injection, the hospital setup, you know, it is such a wonderful experience which I had with my second child. She's taking a video of me talking. So at the time la vandu, when Manishana asked me for the first ever event he did, so appa vandu I had a midwife who completely supported me. You said adalla onnu prachana illa, as long as you've been doing something that you've been doing for years, you can still continue it during pregnancy. So that is why I could do it. You need such you know, supportive care providers. And the other thing what I wanted to tell is, so I unschool my children, so it's a different concept. So we don't send them to school basically. Both my kids, my elder one is 10 years old and 9 years old, and my younger one is 6 years old. So in the unschooling concept, yeah, abinna vandu, because I believe, I mean, yeah, schools are good, but I believe that I can give them all the time and, you know, attention they need, and also I give them, they take private classes for all the subject. ஏன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எல்லாரும் அதான் கேட்பாங்க, அப்போ எப்படி அவங்க வந்து இங்கிலீஷ் படிப்பாங்க, மேத்ஸ் படிப்பாங்க, தமிழ் படிப்பாங்க, ஹிந்தி. ஸோ ஐ திங்க் they take private classes but they take it one-on-one. ஸோ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஸ்கூலில் ஒரு 60 or probably 30 kids இருந்தால் கூட அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்குற attention விட இவங்களுக்கு when they get one-on-one attention they learn quickly, really quickly, and then they have a lot of time. My children have a lot of time to play around and enjoy their childhood. I see, and I know that unschooling, homeschooling concept doesn't work for everybody. You need one parent who is dedicated to the children. They have to be there 24/7 because they are with you 24/7. So you have to be there. எதனால அவங்களுக்கு போர் அடிச்சாலும் நம்ம you have to entertain them, all that is there. But people generally they don't even think beyond the normal schooling thing. So I just wanted to tell that when you try something new, only when you try you know whether it works or not. So COVID was the reason I got some time to spend with my children, and I thought why not try unschooling, homeschooling. So now they go for so many classes which a regular schooling kid cannot go. So they go for drawing and swimming and cricket and dance and music and instrument and all that. And I would actually say, if you want to try something new, just don't think that the society is doing this thing and you have to do the same thing. It's not like that. You can try something different. End of the day, if you fail, at least you would have the thing that at least na try panna and then I fail. Adu try pannama ettona michamla paathite irukku. So I take a lot of inspiration from Instagram actually. Yaro sonnanga Instagram paathu nama. So actually it's there, it's true. Actually Instagram you have the good and the bad thing. Ipo Jaya Mahesh ma'am pathina social media la dhaan angalukku therinjudha avangale. So and the mari social media there are so many things that you learn, you see people, you see them and then I see them directly. So it's a dream come true for me, and the madri I take a lot of inspiration from Instagram. The Instagram influencers, a lot of mothers, and now here all the mothers who spoke, who danced, and it was such a wonderful thing to to see the mother and kids dance. Actually naanu en ponnu kuda aadnade illa, and one thing I wanted to tell is all the kids, they are dancing beautifully. They can the parents, I request them to put them in some classical dance form, not just Bharatanatyam. There are so many classical dance forms. There's Odissi, there's Kathak, and there's Mohiniyattam and everything. Why? Because I felt I learned so many things from Bharatanatyam. Not just the dance and the fitness form of it. There is music, and then the mythology about our religion, spirituality, and so many other things which Bharatanatyam taught me. So I would request all you parents to kindly enroll your children in at least any one form of classical dance. I assure you that it will benefit them so much. And I once again thank Manish Anna and all the sponsors because of whom the event has been possible today. And once again Jaya Mahesh ma'am, thank you so much for being such a sport. And wait for more from us. Thank you so much.